Yes guys, hope you're all doing well. I wanted to bring you along with me in this video as it's Miami Music Week next week, and I wanted to bring you along with me for the whole week so you can get a bit of an insight into the Miami Music Week madness. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I've got 2 sets there, and tonight I'm in Brooklyn. So I've just touched down in Williamsburg in New York. I've just checked into my hotel. I'll give you a little tour in a minute, but I'm playing at a really cool club tonight called Listen in Brooklyn, and I've heard some amazing things about it. My set time is 6 till 8 AM, so it actually works out good because I'm still in UK time. I'm really looking forward to tonight. I've got a couple of days in New York as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go exploring and I will bring you along with me. This is my hotel room. Well, it's more like a suite, I would say. It's huge. Got a little coffee machine over here. And then we go through here to the bedroom. So this hotel is called the Indigo Hotel. The sun right now is beaming in this room. I've just been doing some work here on my laptop, just going through music and just editing and doing some music production. This is the bathroom. So yeah, this is my hotel, and I'm going to be in Brooklyn for a couple of nights, and yeah, I'm going to bring you along with me as much as I can. This hotel also has a balcony, let me show you. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who messaged me and commented on my first or last vlog. I've got some really exciting gigs coming up, and I want to bring you into some like studio sessions as well, and yeah, and just show you the day in the life of Maxine. So plan for today, I have got my set tonight / tomorrow morning, so I'm literally just chilling at the hotel today because I want to do a bit of work. So I'm going to just rest and prepare my set and then head to the gig around 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I will bring you along with me. I am just about to head off to my set, so I will see you back here in a couple of hours. I literally just got back from the club. Thank you to everyone who came to that. That was a lot of fun. It was a really intimate club, so I'm a bit sweaty now. I'm gonna jump in the shower. But yeah, I just want to say big love and thank you to everyone who came. It's currently 8:30 and I'm gonna get ready and do a little bit of exploring. This is the current weather. Bit cloudy, bit grey. But I'm gonna go and get some food and have a little walk around. So you know you're in New York when you see these stairs. It just reminds me of Friends. So I'm heading now to get a bagel. You can't come to New York without getting a bagel, guys. So yeah, I found this little spot around the corner from the hotel. We are currently in Williamsburg. So yeah, New York bagel incoming. There it is. Bagel Smith. Let's go check it out. Hiya. Can I get a whole wheat bagel with, do you do salmon with cream cheese?
All those up there.
Okay.
Cream cheese, lox, tomatoes, onions, capers.
Yes, please. Sounds perfect.
Toast.
Yes, please.
Your name?
Maxine.
You got that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. No, I'll have it in here. Thank you.
Hi. Turkey, bacon, egg, and cheese, people in mayo, gluten free, everything. Hi.
The pictures of your sports stories. Wow. Just got one word for that. Wow. There's literally nothing like a New York bagel. Salmon, cream cheese, red onion, capers and tomatoes. That was delish. Just finished a little gym session. Gonna go and get some breakfast now, and then we are gonna do a bit of work. It's pouring down with rain outside, so not really gonna go out just yet, but yeah, we'll see how the weather gets on. So the other week I did a Q&A on my Instagram story, and I thought instead of sharing the answers on my story, I thought I'd come on here and give you a little bit more detail with the answers on here instead, because I can just talk about it a little bit more and hopefully can help some of you guys. So let's get into it. Question 1 is, do you mind travelling on your own? So that's a good question. I think with DJing production, you do spend a lot of time on your own. It can be quite isolated, especially in the studio or travelling to gigs and stuff. Sometimes I've got my team with me or like videographers and stuff, but if I am on my own, I think what I like to do is just try and keep busy. I actually don't mind too much travelling on my own. I like exploring the city that I'm in. Over the years, where I've done it quite a lot, I have got used to it, and I think it's just about keeping busy in the time that you're on your own. So I'll always be like working on music, or I'll go to the gym. But I think if you do sort of find it hard to travel on your own, I think you've just got to keep busy. But it's one of them things, it's like anything in life, the more you do it, the more you just get used to it, and the more sort of like comfortable you get with it. Also, I think now with social media, like for me personally, I always feel really well connected with people. So yeah, I don't really mind it too much. Don't mind travelling on my own. Obviously it's better if you're with people, but yeah, I hope that helps. Question 2, what plugins are you using at the moment? So the 2 that come to mind without a doubt is Serum and Subboom Bass. Subboom Bass, I use it more for like arpeggio sounds or like the musical sounds, to add a bit more emotion and melody to the track. And with Serum, I'm mainly using that for like bass lines or like lead sounds and stuff like that. If you haven't checked out on YouTube Sam Smyers, he's amazing at sound design, and he's creating some really cool like bass lines and synth sounds completely from scratch. And he does like some really sick tutorials on it. So yeah, check out Sam Smyers. Also, if you are sort of looking for a go-to plugin, a lot of plugins do similar stuff, so don't get bogged down with like getting loads and loads of plugins. Just find a couple that you really like and then just stick with them, because you can always like get new presets and create new sounds from those plugins. But also Ableton has some really nice stock plugins, like for example the drum bus plugin I use on all my kick drums. So with my kicks I like to have them a little bit chunkier, to have a little bit more weight to them. So if you've got a kick drum that you feel like it's not really punching through the mix, add the drum bus plugin onto it. That really helps. And you can also add it to like other drums as well, like percussion and things like that, but I mainly use it on the kick drum. You don't have to go crazy with it. I just turn up the drive a little bit. You can add the boom setting for a bit of sub, and then you can just play with the dry wet. But yeah, there's some really good Ableton plugins, and also there's loads of good like bassline plugins as well. Like Operators creates really good basslines in Ableton as well. And then with like processing, I will always use FabFilter. FabFilter EQ is in all my tracks, and then I also use the FabFilter Simplon filter to use like high pass filters throughout my track. So yeah, they're kind of like the main ones that come to mind. Also, Endless Smile is a really, really good one for creating a little bit more suspense in the sort of breakdown leading into the drop. I just have it on, I think it's the first setting, and I just automate it a little bit. So yeah, Endless Smile is definitely a good one as well. How do you deal with writer's block? With writer's block, I think every producer has it at some stage, and I don't think you should see it as like a negative thing or think of yourself as like, you know, a bad producer or anything. I think it's just one of them things that some days you're going to be feeling more creative than others. Like some weeks I'll make several ideas in that week, and then other weeks not as many. But I think you just got to let the creativity flow. And if you are getting writer's block, my best advice would be to just break things up, like go and see friends and family, go to the gym, just get outside, get some fresh air, or just do something else. And usually when you come back to it, I think you have a lot more of like a fresh mindset going into it. So yeah, I would say just break things up. Also, if I've been out to a club to see some DJs or to one of my favourite events, I usually find when I come back to the studio after that, I'm really inspired as well. So that really, really helps. Those are the things really, but don't see it as a setback. Just think, yeah, it's just part of the process, and the creativity is going to come back again soon. So when are you back in Dallas? So I'm actually going to be announcing a really wicked show coming up soon in May for Dallas. There's 2 gigs that I'm going to be playing there, so keep your eyes peeled for more info on that soon on my socials. How do I send demos to your label Red Alert? I'd say the best ways is either to my email, so maxinepromos@gmail.com, or a lot of my demos are coming through TrackStack. So if you've not heard of TrackStack, it's basically a platform where you can send your demos in and it's all organised in one software. So sometimes you can get demos through like emails or Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook, but this kind of keeps it all organised in one space, and it's a really good way to just track everything and also give feedback as well really clearly on there. So yeah, TrackStacks, the Red Alert tracks. I've signed a lot of music through TrackStack, so yeah, there's quite a few people on my label who sent it through there, and then I've got to know them, and then we're working on more stuff for the label, and I've just continued to build that relationship. But it's such a good way to discover new artists through there, and I'm checking it regularly, so send it through there or my email as well. So what do you look for with the sound for your label? So I would say to just sort of summarise it in like three different ways. I would say like a catchy vocal hook, really nice like warm bass line and low end, and then like skippy percussion. So a lot of my sound is sort of inspired by what I grew up listening to, which is hip hop and garage and house, of course. So when I'm listening to music, I'd say my sound is really inspired by those genres. And I think when I'm signing music for the label as well, I don't sort of pin it to one specific genre. I will listen to the music, and it's usually just based off of like a certain feeling that I get. It's a certain vibe. So yeah, check out all the latest stuff that we've been releasing, and you'll get an idea of the sound of the label. So yeah, hope that helps. What do you find challenging in the industry? So I think there's a lot of challenges in the industry, but it's about just seeing it not as a negative thing. I think if you're getting like setbacks from labels, use it as a way to learn and grow and get better as an artist. Like whatever it is you're looking to become known for, whether it's production or you want to really get amazing at your DJ technique, or you want to be like a radio DJ, whatever it is, I think it's just about using those challenges as a way to grow and learn, and not seeing it as a negative thing, or don't think about like, you know, that you want to give up or something because it's got too hard. I think you've got to learn to have resilience as well in the industry. So have a good support network around you and just have resilience. And if there are challenges, then you'll be able to ride those challenges, without it affecting you too much. So that is my answer. I hope that one helps. Obviously, challenges are different for every single person, so I hope that kind of summarises it. Do you love producing or DJing more? That's a good question. I think I'm going to sit on the fence a bit here because I love them both exactly the same. Like, they're just so different. Like with DJing, you're in front of loads of people. And then with production, you can spend quite a lot of time on your own. The process is a bit longer with production. So you make a track and then, you know, you have to get it all arranged, mixed, mastered, tweaks. So that can take weeks, months, you know, however long it takes. What I love about production is when you've nailed the concept and you know what direction you're going to take it in, and like you've got the main hook, it might be like the vocal or the synth sound or the bass melody. Once you've got that, it's the best feeling, because I feel like you're just sort of, it all just sort of organically flows when you're producing. So yeah, that proper gives me a buzz, and I love that part of the process. And then with DJing, it's very much, you're in the moment of feeling the vibe of the crowd. It's quite spontaneous in that sense that you know, you don't know what to expect. You can turn up to a venue and it's completely different to how you kind of expect it with the crowd and everything like that. But it's the best feeling when the crowd are really responding to your music and you can just go on a journey with them. So it's, yeah, I can't really describe the feeling, but it's one of the best feelings. But yeah, I'd say DJ and production, there's not one I like particularly more. I probably would just say I like them both the same. Are you doing any collabs this year? So I've mainly been focusing on solo original stuff mainly, but in terms of collabs, last year I finished up a couple of tracks with Ammo Avenue, who I've been playing his music for years and I absolutely love his sound. So we've been working on some music, and if you've been to any of my sets recently, you would have heard me rinsing these tracks, so I can't wait to get them out. Should be giving some more info on them ones very soon. Other than that, I haven't got any more collabs. Like I work with singers quite a bit, but all the music I've got in the works and up and coming is all like original solo stuff. What inspires your sound and production? So a big inspiration for me is the genres that I listened to growing up. So like I listened to house, garage, hip hop. They were like the main three genres, and when I'm kind of like making music, I always sort of implement a bit of that, whether it's like the style of the vocal or it might be like the skippy drums that you hear in garage music. And then also, yeah, just in hip hop you get a lot of funk, really groovy bass lines, so that really inspires my music. Also, when I'm in the studio, anything can inspire the track that I'm working on. Like it might be that I found a really cool vocal hook or I found a really good synth sound, and I will basically build the track out from there. I find starting with the hook first helps me sort of get a better flow in the studio. I don't really tend to build my tracks starting with the drums as much. It might be like a really cool kick drum that I found and that can start things off, but I don't really build the percussion first and all the other drums. I'll get the vocal hook or the synth hook or the bass melody, and then as long as I know like that's a really strong idea, then I'll sort of build it out from there. What producers are you into at the moment? There's 3 producers that come to mind. Ammo Avenue, he's consistently amazing and just putting out really solid music and getting mad support and love on his stuff. So yeah, I've always rated him over the years, and it's really nice that we've done some collabs together as well. And then Max Mash is another one. So he's from France, and I discovered his music actually through Trackstack. So he was sending me some stuff on there, and then we've just continued building that relationship, and we're working on some more bits at the moment. Then Giordano Riesfeld from Ecuador, he's a producer who's always putting out really sick music. He's released on my label, and yeah, I just love his stuff. It's always really consistent, and he's always sending me some amazing promos. So they're the sort of 3 that come to mind. What do you dislike about the industry? So I try not to focus on negative things really, or let it affect me, but I think if I was to choose anything, it would be probably like on TikTok. There's people on there who rage bait just to kind of get engagement and to build their socials. I think it's good to express your opinion, but there's people that just do it all the time, and I just think it gives off a bit of a bad vibe. So yeah, I'd think that's one thing that comes to mind. What are your long-term goals as a DJ and producer? So I think it's always good to have goals, because you want to kind of have a bit of a target where you're working towards. I think with goals, it's good to break them down, because it's easy to kind of come into the industry and go, oh, I want to play there, or I want to do that, release on that label. But I think the key is to break them goals down into like smaller goals, whether it's like daily or weekly, because I think if you do that and just consistently work on them things every day, then long term you're going to see that you reach them goals and you'll look back and be like, oh, I'm here. But you only get there without doing the small things every single day. So for me, long term is just to really keep growing all round. So I want to get my music heard by more and more people. There's loads of amazing festivals and clubs that I haven't yet played, so I hope my music can take me to those places around the world, and just to be the best producer that I can be. I always want to keep learning, keep absorbing as much as I can, and keep growing as an artist. Yeah, just keep growing all round. I want to keep growing the label. We've got some really good plans for that as well, which I'll give you a bit more insight into that on a different video. It's just basically to keep growing, and hopefully my music can inspire some people around the world. Top tips for DJs getting into the scene. I think it's important to be on some kind of platform or build your own platform. I think the way you can do that is just by going to the events that you love, meeting the people that you want to work with long term. So if there's a record label that you really want to release on and they're doing events, get to know the people that you want to work with and build those long-term relationships. So I think with sending music, it's always good to know these people face to face, because I think emails can get really lost, and I think it's key to just be able to meet people face to face. And yeah, I find it's a lot easier than when sending demos. If you can build your own community of people through either your music or starting your own event, I think that gives you a lot more sort of freedom and control, because then you can make the decisions of like how you want to be like creatively as an artist. But I think as a new producer starting out, you've just got to put yourself out there, be comfortable in all areas that you're trying to work on, and when you get to that point where you're confident and you're happy with what you're putting out, then just go for it, and yeah, just give it 100%. So guys, that is the end of the Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I answered as many questions as possible, and I'll do another one of these again in a few weeks. I'll put it up on my story and you can put all your questions in there. Oh, it's a bit windy. So I'm checking out my hotel today and got a couple of hours. So I've just gone for a little wander. I've heard the queues at JFK Airport are crazy. So I'm going to get there quite a bit early before my flight. But I just walked through the Dunway Bridge, which I'll show you now. So this area of Brooklyn is one of my favourite places to go. This cute little park. The view of New York from here is the best. It's really sunny today, but it's freezing my hands. Look at that blue sky. Oh, love it when summer's on the way. Look at that view. Wow. So we're now walking over the Brooklyn Bridge. I think it takes like half an hour to walk over here. So I might have to head back soon to the hotel to head to the airport. So we're nearly coming to the other side of it now. So I've just checked out. Brooklyn has been a lot of fun. So where I've just had some of the masters back on some of my tracks, I've just spent the morning as well just sending out some promos to loads of DJ friends, and yeah, loads of people who I think it sort of fits their kind of vibe ahead of Miami Music Week. So yeah, let's go. I'm going to be hitting up quite a few parties this week, so I'll try and bring you along with me as much as I can. So I didn't get much time to go to like Central Park, Times Square, that side of New York this time, but we'll definitely fit it in next time. Just got through security. It was about an hour wait. A bit long, but got here early, so all good. Just got this nice salad. It's like a little Greek restaurant in this food hall. Rice, lettuce, chicken shawarma, olives, guacamole, red onion, tomatoes, cucumber, gherkins, hummus. Yeah, I think that's about it. So good. So I'm just having a little charge up of my laptop and phone. Just checking track stacks. Got some more demos through. Touchdown Miami. How hot is it?
I'm melting.
We are sweating. Don't know how we managed to go to the gym this morning. Going for a little stroll right now through Wynwood. Checking out the area. I think down here there's more like the art walls. Where are we heading today?
We're going to DJ Mag Pool Party.
DJ Mag Pool Party.
360 Mixer at Soho House.
On
And
South
then
Beach.
Jolene tonight.
So good day ahead. Just gonna get some sun in today. Got the factor 30 on.
Always.
My pale skin, need that.
50 on the face.
Yeah. We slept quite good last night, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We
did not go out. I have no regrets.
got in from the flight and then pretty much went straight to sleep, didn't we?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Woke up
energised.
feeling fresh today.
Got a lot of energy. Summer, summer, summertime. What the? Yes guys, so I just come back from Miami and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't record hardly any footage in Miami. As soon as we landed, it was just back-to-back events and I just didn't pick my camera up. So nice to be present in the moment and catch up with loads of people that I hadn't seen in ages and just get really inspired by all the music. It was an amazing week. We did loads. We went to Factory Town, we went to a few mixers, we went to a few pool parties. On the Wednesday, I had my set for Climax, which was like a live recorded 30-minute set. Play loads of unreleased music in there, so that'll be coming out soon. And then on the Friday, I had my set back-to-back with Jeff Sorkowitz, which was really fun. It was a rooftop party for Discovery Sessions and it was amazing to go back-to-back with Jeff, as I've been loving and supporting his music for years. I played for his party recently as well in New York, Short Circuit, so that definitely won't be the last back-to-back from us. One of my favourite moments and one of my favourite sets of the week was Joseph Capriati playing on the Space Terrace, and he dropped one of my tracks. I didn't expect it at all. It was such a surreal moment. I started hearing it being mixed in and just being on the dance floor, seeing and hearing the crowd reaction was such a surreal feeling, and it sounded really good. It's my collab with Amma Avenue and it was just amazing to see the reaction of the crowd and just to hear what it sounded like as well on the Space Terrace. So this year we stayed in Wynwood and I definitely think that's the best location, as it's kind of in the centre of everything. You're 10 minutes to South Beach, 10 minutes to Space downtown. and then you're 10 minutes from like the airport and factory town. So yeah, definitely going to stay there again next year. I've come away feeling really pumped, really inspired. So I'm going to be heading to the gym now and then hitting up the studio this week. I'm going to be finishing up my next releases coming out very soon. So big love for watching this video, guys. I hope you're having a good week, and I will see you in the next video.